ErikaKirk banned from a European country for tracking children? Well, so some people are saying on social media. You can see a couple of the
understanding is the orphanage that she had and that she ran in Romania, where children came up missing and it got accused, the whole orphanage got.
ErikaKirk's past in Romania was something no one was ever allowed to talk about. But now that silence is breaking. A former worker from the Romanian Orphanage has spoken out and says Erika didn't just hide papers, she told staff to burn them. These were not normal files. The worker claims they were records that could link Erika to serious decisions she later denied, like missing children, forced adoptions, and questionable donors. What makes this even more disturbing is that the burning wasn't a one-time thing, and it wasn't done secretly. It was done on purpose under pressure, with clear orders to completely erase any evidence. Now, people are asking why Erika's orphanage past was covered up so carefully, and why no one dared to speak until now.
There have been some suspicions and allegations that this organization may or may not have been linked to some that took place with some U.S. military personnel in a nearby neighborhood.
So, every time people ask questions about Erika's Romanian orphanage, Romanian Angels, the conversation was quickly shut down. There were no records, no former staff speaking out, and no paper trail, and that always made people uneasy. With Erika, it often feels like part of the truth is missing. That's why people paid attention when a former employee finally spoke up. Not because the claims were completely new, but because he spoke like someone who personally saw everything happen. One of the first things he mentioned was old photos from that time, which caught people's attention because those photos have appeared before. But when people search Erika's name along with the orphanage, none of the top images show the children or the orphanage itself, even though those photos are public. That makes people wonder if someone worked hard to hide them. And when the photos do surface, they tell a very different story from what Erika always claimed. She presented the orphanage as a kind and selfless act, but insiders say it looked more like a photo setup, with Erika showing up for pictures while others did the real work. As more details came out, people began noticing many contradictions in her story. This also made people look at her background more closely. Erika didn't suddenly gain access to powerful circles later in life. Her parents worked in or owned companies connected to major U.S. government organizations, which gave her early exposure to power, influence, and how systems can quietly avoid scrutiny. So when she later appeared in elite spaces, including competing in the Miss Arizona pageant under the Trump-owned Miss USA system, it didn't seem random. That world was built on wealth, connections, and closed-door relationships. Knowing what is now public about how powerful networks operated, people have started questioning where Erika truly fit into all of this.
Reminder that it's been nearly 7 years since Jeffrey Epstein was arrested for minors, and to this day, not a single one of his clients, the people he was to, have been arrested or charged with anything.
As most people know, Epstein didn't work by himself. Many reports say he used modeling agencies, casting programs, and international recruiters to approach young girls, making it look like they were being offered real opportunities.
A lot of ties to model agencies that had a lot of Eastern European. They scouted Eastern European girls, placed them in Paris. And through that agency, Jean-Luc Brunel, a lot of people know about him. Through that agency, he would send the...
This is where Erika's orphanage comes back into the story in a way that makes people uncomfortable. When you look at an international orphanage with vulnerable kids, weak records, and children moving across borders, and then place it inside powerful networks, the questions change. It's no longer just about what the orphanage did, but who it may have served and why so many records disappeared. A former employee says this is where things get really disturbing. You may have heard rumors that Romanian Angels was used as a front for something darker, and this employee believes that's why Erika wanted any documents linking her to that side of the orphanage destroyed. Insiders claim children were sent to families in Europe and Asia without proper paperwork, and some of those kids weren't even orphans, just children whose parents were struggling. They were taken from their families and placed with strangers in other countries. Even more disturbing are claims that some children may have been sent to powerful men like Epstein. People also point out that Erika worked in modeling and casting while living in New York, which adds to the concern. What really raises alarms is that no one who worked with Erika at the orphanage has come forward to deny these claims. No staff, No volunteers, no administrators. Even the employee who spoke up stayed anonymous. That silence matters, especially since it all connects back to the same claim: records being burned. Now insiders say families connected to the orphanage are quietly comparing timelines, missing paperwork, and children who were never returned. When people start talking privately about legal action instead of public attention, the story changes. It's no longer just about old rumors, but about whether enough people were harmed in the same way to force the truth out in court, even without the records Erika is accused of destroying.
What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now? Stop.
Now this is where the story takes a serious turn. People believe the real reason Erika has been trying so hard to control the story lately is because she knows something big is coming, something that could destroy the image she carefully built. And it all connects to the Romanian government. Reports say Erika is now under investigation for how she ran the orphanage. Insiders claim Romanian investigators are using words like tracking and conspiracy when talking about her actions. Some even believe Romania has put her on a no-fly list while the investigation is ongoing. If that's true, it explains why Erika hasn't responded to any of the orphanage accusations, even though she's answered almost every other claim made about her since Charlie died. What makes this worse is that she recently opened a new orphanage in Charlie's name while being investigated for missing children from the last one. With the Trump ties, the destroyed documents, and this new orphanage, her silence starts to feel planned, not accidental. And if the investigation is real, this is no longer about internet rumors. It's about missing records, children who can't be accounted for, and witnesses too afraid to speak publicly. Because if Erika truly did nothing wrong, there would be no reason to destroy documents, pressure staff, or have everyone connected to the orphanage disappear at once. Now, people are asking one final question. If the documents were burned, what evidence is still out there that investigators haven't uncovered yet?